Welcome back to Sendblox. This is your getting started guide, and we're going to walk you through on how to set up Sendblox so that you can make the most of it. My name's John Roberts, and we're going to go through step by step how to set up templates. In our previous video, you'll see that we've basically added all of our assets to our assets panel, and we walked through that then. If you've not done this, please go back to that step, because what we're going to do now is focus on the templates. Now, to create a template, we need to make sure that we have all the relevant imagery, logos, and equivalent. At the moment, we have 0 templates. You can do this by getting started with the Create button at the top right. At the moment, the email template is the only one that is available. Over time, SMS, WhatsApp, and AI voice calls will be also available. But for now, let's create our email template. By default, it will give you the simple letter template. And already you can see how the logo is being used. Let's do a little bit of an orientation. On the left-hand side here is your configure panel. So everything you need to name the template, give it a description, choose the template design, choose what kind of tone it should have, and any brand and image association to it. Up at the top right is the ability to switch between desktop and mobile views, or light and dark views. The button next to that allows you to send a test example to yourself or to any other email address. And the last button is delete. Now, what you'll see on the screen now is the preview in the middle. You would need to drag and drop components across to build out your design. And you need to be very careful around the text. However, this is a little bit different in Sendblox. The logo is borrowed from your brand kit and will stay consistent. The text above is the bit that will be auto-generated by the AI. So what you see here is placeholder and not the final result, as each and every one of these emails that get sent is unique to the customer who will receive it. Every word here will be uniquely generated with your tone of voice specifically for that customer, but with the same objective, of course. What are we controlling the template for is to make sure that we've got a visual consistency across every email that the user receives, not the words themselves. On the side here, we're going to type in pod brew simple email. This is a simple email message template. And what you can then choose is the type of tone that this email should be written in. So in this case, we want it to be friendly. If we want to add an image, we can do that too. But we don't need to do that in this particular case. So we're going to go back here to the left hand side, and we're going to save this as our first template. Giving it a moment, it will save, and you can see the preview in the templates list. This is the same view you saw at the beginning. Now, what if we need to create a bit more of a sophisticated template, one with some imagery, maybe video, so on and so forth? So we can hit create on the tile or up at the top right again. In this case, we're going to go via the tile. Again, email is the selection. And again, it starts you with the simplistic email. So we're going to call this promo template. This is a promotional template. So what we have here now, next to the simple letter selection, is the ability to choose different styles of templates. Let's do expand show more, and we can walk through the different types. The first one is simple. The second one is hero, which gives you a hero image. The next one is newsletter or promo, so we can give you a hero and some extra images below. We then have transactional, which shows different pricing. As you select the templates, it's worth noting that some of the selectable options change below. So if you want, for example, in this one, you can have a bit more of a receipt type, or you can go for a more price-driven promotional. And you can set those values in here. You can even choose the currency. The promo blast is, as it suggests, you can send out a big promotion about something that your company is selling. Informational, this is better for lead nurture. We also have customer satisfaction scores. So if you want to capture that all-important feedback from the user that they enjoy, you can see here we've added the ability to choose what the question is and the subtext. The user can then fill it out the star rating and send it back. After this, we have the Nyong newsletter, where you may have multiple things that you're referencing and referring to. News updates. Lead nurture, this is going to have far more attributes around things like documents that somebody may download. You can have performance charts, performance metrics, onboarding steps, sender profile. There's lots of ways you can use this as information. You have video, this will play a video in the header. And you have audio, which will play audio in the header. These last two are very good for YouTube or podcasts. In fact, let's change it to promo. The reason we want to talk about this is because we have multiple options that we can select. So we need to populate it to make it feel associated to Pod Brew. So the way we can do that is, if you see below, it says hero image. We can enable that or turn it off if that's our preference. But in this case, we want to enable it. So we're going to select, and we can go down the left hand side and we can find backgrounds or images or something that may be appropriate. In this case, we're going to go and choose the appropriate promo image. Below that, you'll see the main body text that's going to be regenerated by AI. Below that is some additional promo images and more AI text. In this particular case, I don't need the additional text. I just want the image. So I'm going to select the asset and maybe showcase a couple of other pictures I want to show. In this case, I'm going to show the store. Perfect. Our call to action sits below, clean and simple. We can then save this as a promotional template, and you can see the preview is here. And we can always go back into it anytime and see it or add additionals. However, if I want to add an extra image to this, it's as simple as hitting add slot. It adds an additional image, and maybe I want to show what it looks like inside the coffee shop. And we can do this. The promo email, maybe it's celebrating the launch of our new store. And we can check what it would look like in light mode or dark mode. So if we click on it, this is very in line with what we would expect to receive from a high quality brand such as Pod Brew. However, it is still a little bit still and dull. So we can obviously move down to the video promo, and that would help. But we can actually adjust it within this same template because they're not that fixed. So if you see here, we got our hero image and we want to change that. So let's go to video, and we have a animated version of the product list. So let's select that. Now you can see it brings it to life. We've got the shadows moving around in the background, the leaves bouncing a little bit, and the drinks looking so delectable that you just want to pick them up. It adds that little bit more essence and life to the imagery. And we still have our promo for the store. And then the second one should be something more around the experience. So we can select that and show what it might be. If you notice now, the one above doesn't match the Japanese store, so let's get this in line as well. And let's find the one that we tried to edit earlier on, which is our Japanese store. So we have the hero image showing off the products, we have the store, and we're having some people enjoying the experience together in there. Really anchoring those quiet moments, and somewhere that you really want to go. Now that you know how to create templates, we're going to show you how to use them in your campaigns.